Hey man, Hannah just called me tits. Anyway, this is, hi. Sorry. Hi there. This is Stacy.
And I'm Hannah.
And this is, of course, Toxis Pod, where we talk about everything toxic.
And shortly before that, we were bantering back and forth. I said, thanks, tips, but it sounded like tits. So was it tips or was it tits? We don't really know. We'll leave it up to you. We'll never know.
It's one of life's great mysteries, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Who built Stonehenge and did she say tits?
Nobody else cares about anything.
No, we're going to have researchers on this. But once anyone takes one look at me, they're going to be like, yeah, she said tits.
Psychoanalyst?
A psychoanalyst. I want to be a psychoanalyst.
An analyst or an analyst?
I don't want to be an analyst. No, that's a job for someone else, not me.
Definitely not me.
So do you know what we're doing today, Hannah?
Oh, I have no idea.
You do not know, do you?
Nope.
We, my friend, are doing Ouija board stories.
Oh! That's creepy as
That just
fuck.
happened. Well, Ouija boards
So
are...
is it Reddit?
It's Reddit.
It's Reddit. Ouija. Oh, gross. Remember that movie Ouija? Fuck, it was so bad.
That was so bad. So bad.
We thought it was bad because we were high as balls and couldn't function, but then we decided to give it another shot and watched it sober, and it was so much worse.
Yeah.
Fuck, don't watch it.
No, don't do it.
0 stars. 10 out of 10. Do not recommend.
Do not recommend, for sure. Okay, so do you want to get right into this? Do we have anything to talk about?
What's going on these days?
Not too much is going on with me. My son got a job.
Ooh.
Yep, he got a job at Shoppers Drug Mart. That's only in Canada. I think.
Pharmaceuticals and makeup? I don't know.
In the States?
I have no idea.
As far as I know, it's just a Canadian.
Is it part-time or full-time?
It is part-time for now.
How many hours a week?
At least 21 hours a week.
That's not bad.
But it can go up to 28.
Is it minimum wage, like 15, 16 bucks an hour?
It is $16 an hour.
Nice.
And minimum wage here is 15, so.
Minimum wage here is the lowest in the country now. I know.
Sure
it's
is.
Fucking brutal.
Yep.
It's fucking brutal.
You know it's bad when it's worse than New Brunswick, because they got nothing.
But I mean, you know it's bad when the only recession we've had is by our lovely federal liberal government right now. Mm-hmm. Sorry to say.
Yeah. But he's putting a lot of fucking shit into play in Canada.
Hopefully onward and upward. We'll see.
Yeah.
My son had a new girlfriend, does now not have a new girlfriend. Didn't last very long.
Oh no.
Nope. We've raised that boy to be too grown up and too communicative and too accountable, and he does not accept inappropriate psychotic behavior.
Which he shouldn't. No one should.
No. I'm very proud of him, but it's going to be very tough for teenage girls because as I know, we were teenage girls. We were not mature. We were dumb. We're fucked up. We're crazy. Yeah. And I raised him to have adult relationships, and none of the people he's around are adult enough for it. So it's very tough for him to have a relationship in high school.
Yeah. I can see him once he's older going after women that are, 5 or 6 years older than him.
I feel like he should be now. A couple of years older than him.
But that's illegal.
A couple of years?
Oh, not a couple of years. No.
Actually, because he's 17, actually, he has free will to date anyone he wants, even over 20. He could date somebody who's my age if he wanted. Because after 16, you get to decide. Do I think that's appropriate? Absolutely fucking not.
It's not.
But 18 or 19, 20? Yeah, whatever. If the girl's willing to and wants to put up with your teenage ass, by all means, but be careful.
Yeah.
And keep close contact with your mom. I don't want you in a weird, gross situation. But he's too grown up because of us.
Yeah.
And he doesn't deal with high school drama bullshit, and he's just like, no,
that's going to serve him when he's a bit older. So
I really hope so. He's
just
suffering
has to get
from
through
it
this
now.
Teenage garbage.
But yeah, they're all just dumb and fucking gossipy and drama-y, and he just can't handle it. So that relationship lasted like 4 days, and he was like, nah.
I'm out, bro.
Yep. Peace. Mic drop.
Being a teenager is fucking hard.
Ugh.
It really is. You're just finding out who you are, trying to come into your own, and then there's all these
When you're a female, you're an emotional fucking hormonal nightmare with fucking period cramps and fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You have no idea what's going on. Nothing makes sense.
And when you're a male, you have to have that fucking, toxic masculinity shit going on, and just, I'm glad I'm not a teenager.
It's confusing as fuck.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just glad I'm not a teenager.
That's really all
I
that's
can say.
new right now that I can
Well,
think of.
there is that one story about my son went to see a girl. He doesn't drive, so she drove him to another city, close city, but to another city nonetheless. He had been talking to her for like a month.
Is this older or younger?
Older.
Okay.
Yeah, I've told you that.
So was it like online dating?
Yes, it
on
was.
An app? Or
I
Facebook?
don't know how they met.
Tinder?
But they were...
I don't know. I don't app date. I never have. Never done it.
No idea. I didn't. It was bullshit. And I did it like 4 or 5 times and I was like, no, I'm good. So yeah, they were both into Lord of the Rings, Marvel, same books, all that good stuff, you know?
So lots of...
So he goes over there and she was normal on the drive. They get there. They walk in. She starts doing a whole bunch of fucking coke.
Whoa!
He's not into that. He smokes weed. That's it. Doesn't drink. Nothing. And then she goes, okay, I'll be right back. She goes into another room, comes back out, and then she's like, I could keep you here. I don't have to drive you home. I could just keep you here. And he was like, red flag,
Who says that to somebody? What was he thinking? Oh, I would love to ask
red flag.
What did he do? What happened after that?
So he sat there for a few minutes. And then the next time she got up to go to the bathroom, he was like, see ya. And he just fucking left. And
he didn't make a joke out of it to like calm them
No,
down?
because he was like, he
just
lives
taken aback by it.
I'm his mother and you're his aunt. He hears all these fucking stories. So he's like, well, I don't want to do anything to fucking disturb her. She might, stab
or is
me
he
in the
thinking
fucking
right
brain.
now, where's my mom? I'm going to die.
Yeah.
I'm going to be on her show.
Yep.
So yeah.
Where's my mom to kill this
He
bitch?
didn't, but we have a very dynamic, fucked up, fucked up, toxic, like conversation vibe. He couldn't come up with something witty to say in return?
He didn't want to because she was all coked out.
Oh, okay.
And then she was acting like this.
Like we weren't there, so we don't have all the
Exactly.
context. We don't know what she looks like. We didn't see her body language. We didn't see how she was behaving before and after.
Exactly.
What happened?
He said it was like, the drive was like, ha 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 ha, great. Got in the house, in the apartment I mean, and she just flipped the switch.
Demeanor just changed.
And he was like, oh fuck. This is like Ted Bundy shit. Yeah, can you give me a hand with my fucking boat? And then crowbar,
Dead.
Yeah. So he just waited till she went to the bathroom and he left and he got a cab back to Wetaskiwin.
Oh fuck.
$80.
Oh.
He said it was worth it.
Yeah, well, if you're afraid, but you know what he could have done?
He could have called you. Yeah.
He could have called me and I would have picked him up.
It was really late at night though.
I could have tried, or he could have called the police and got a free ride home from the cops.
Oh, yeah, I don't think he thought of that.
Yeah.
See, there's such a stigma on that though.
He should have said something about that. Because what if she's done that to other people?
Mm-hmm.
So he should have made the police aware that he was fucking afraid. Because now there's no record of this that happened.
Yeah.
Nothing on file. So what if she does it to the next guy and he doesn't get out?
Yeah.
Then what?
It's crazy,
Does he know
right?
her address and her name still? Could he follow it up and make a report?
He knows the first name. I don't know if he'd remember the address or not.
Okay, I was going to say he should have done something about that. He could have called the police when he left instead of a cab.
See, we as women would probably think to remember that shit
well,
because we're raised.
We as storytellers and people who follow this shit know to do it.
And women, because we are raised. Be careful, there's bad men out there, shit like that.
I was not raised that way.
I was. I had a father and
what?
2 brothers and that other thing. That other thing doesn't matter. But my 2 brothers were always like, we know what dudes are like, so, be careful. Which, if you know what dudes are like, can't you be a better dude?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
We don't have time for
But
all
let's
that.
not get into this.
I just mean he should have called the cops. She should have been followed up on. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
He could have died.
May I venture to say,
Delulu. We talk about these things, but they generally don't happen
in real
hand.
life. Yeah.
No, they do happen in real life.
No, in our lives.
They don't happen firsthand very often.
Yeah.
Where you're actually a part of the story.
Yeah.
So that's fucking crazy.
It is crazy.
Wow.
Whew. Anyway, so let's get into these stories, shall we?
Hell yeah.
This is from r/The Truth Is Here. It's from 6 years ago, and it was sent in by Suspicious Client 890.
What did you say the timeline?
6 years ago.
6 years.
Yeah.
Wow. I haven't found anything old recently. There's been so much like fucked up activity.
Well, you're doing Toxic Families. There's always new ones. Always. This is simply called, Suspicious Client 890, and it's simply called My Ouija Board Horror Story.
Oh.
If you want to mess with a Ouija board, don't do it. You will regret it so bad.
Right?
Here's a bit of backstory. Me and my friends were having a slumber party. Let's call my friends Owen, Ryan, and Kylie. My name is Mavis. It was at Ryan's house.
Mavis, like Hotel Transylvania Mavis?
Yeah. It was 10 o'clock at night. We were all bored, so Owen asked Ryan if he had a Ouija board. Ryan said yes. We were all 16, so being young, naive teens who were bored as frick, we all agreed to do it. We researched the rules and played. We took it very seriously. I asked the first question. I asked, as a joke, when will I die? It spelled tomorrow. Owen was a prankster who kept moving the glass piece as a joke. It spelled the word tomorrow. I accused Owen of moving it. He swore up and down, left and right, that it wasn't him. We got scared, so we said goodbye. The next day, I had a lot of near-death experiences.
Wow.
I had my driver's license and a car, so I was driving to school, and a deer came out of nowhere.
Nowhere?
Nowhere.
Not just nowhere. That's aggressive.
Nowhere. I missed it, but swerved into a ditch. I had a chandelier in my house. It fell and nearly killed me. And I nearly got hit by a car.
Would it have actually killed you, though, or are you being a dramatic 16-year-old?
I don't know. The next day, everything was back to normal. I don't think it's a coincidence. Whenever I tell anyone about it, no one believes me. The Ouija board's prediction was almost correct. I think the demon tried to kill me. Feel free to ask any questions you may have.
Well, yeah. I've almost been killed by several people driving because people are fucking retarded.
Yeah.
It happens to me on the daily where I have to swerve or correct my behavior to stop somebody else from hitting me.
Yeah.
And especially with a lot of highway driving now that I'm commuting and I never did before.
Yeah.
People are fucking dumb, bro.
Especially in the morning.
I've almost been T-boned twice in the same 3-kilometer drive from one place to the other in the old town that I lived in with you.
Yeah.
Like from my apartment to Steve's.
Mm-hmm.
Almost been T-boned twice by people running red lights or doing dumb shit they're not supposed to do. People are retarded.
Yeah. Keep that in mind, guys.
Yeah.
So deleted says, and yet you survived, so it lied to you.
Mm-hmm.
Hib says their friend played a joke. Deleted says, and then tried to kill him. Just like any good friend, it says.
Well, yeah, and deer.
Maybe the spirits aren't allowed to just kill everyone just because they ignorantly messed with a game and asked a question. There sure are rules for the spirits, too. 1, they were too young and not accountable. 2, they asked only a question. They didn't curse themselves. And 3, the first one is free. Maybe it was a warning.
Well, yeah, maybe it was a warning to not mess around with the Ouija board. So it was like, this could happen, so don't fuck around.
Yeah.
Or if you fuck around, you'll find out.
Yep. Rest Me 123 says, if spirits really would exist, they wouldn't just exist by themselves, coming from nowhere, messing around with humans and do whatever they want.
I would.
They would have an origin, a mission, and a hierarchy. Many spiritual concepts of religions would be true, which would beg the question of which one. For example, in Christian faith, there are demons, the adversary, Satan, messengers, angels, Jesus, and God.
Yeah,
according
Satan
to the
was an angel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
According to the Gospels of Christ, they can only do what they were allowed to, which also depends on what humans called upon themselves with their words and deeds and the will of God, and obey every word Jesus or God says. One could test this by bringing up the name of Jesus when they're talking to a spirit. If it does nothing, that ain't it. Yeah,
Well,
but what if we believe there's no Jesus and all that shit?
well, and if you're my close friend John, he's religiously raised as a Roman Catholic, and he always, verses Bible stuff, this and that. He's not a thumper. He's not going to throw it in your face. But if you ask
But he
him
believes.
perspective, he's not practicing, but he does believe, and he has strong Catholic values.
Right.
But he would say God only gives his strongest warriors, challenges. So the more that you suffer, the more things you go through, you're one of his strongest. You're a stronger person. You can handle more. So they have this view of what adversity means.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe God thinks you're what some you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
But Deleted says, but if a demon becomes a demon because the boss allowed it, would that not make the boss an asshole?
Well, kind of, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. The adversary, or whatever that he said, was an angel at one point. So, how does that work?
Trippy Hedron instead of Trippy Hedron instead of Tippy Hedron, said, the Lord was trying to kill you.
Maybe for fucking around and trying to find out.
Wow, this just turns into a fucking theological discussion.
Wow, so it's not even funny. That's not cool.
Wow, okay, yeah.
Interesting. Hey,
I imagine a demon kicking back, having a good laugh over it.
It's too bad John's not at work. I would call for a lifeline and see what he thinks.
There you go, yeah.
Anything funny to add. But if I were a demon or a spirit, I would definitely fuck around and find out, especially with teenagers.
Yeah.
I would do so much shit to fuck with you. It would
just
be
scary
so much
shit,
fun.
like creepy shit.
Yeah,
not hurt you
not
shit.
Not trauma shit, fun shit.
Oh, I think that kind of shit though would be traumatic anyway. It doesn't matter if you're just throwing a plate on the floor,
hiding stuff in your house, taking your controllers away, fucking making you shit your pants.
Yeah,
that's
pretty traumatic.
I would have a field day with fucking with people. I can't wait to be a ghost. Oh my god, I'm so ready.
I'm gonna be the funniest ghost. I'm gonna leave little fucking dad jokes on your foggy mirror. That's what I'm gonna do. I didn't put on.
Porn just happened.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, my brain is still in Ontario.
At my funeral, I want to give out mini Ouija boards and say, let's keep in touch. That's awesome. I'm so ready to scare people in the afterlife.
All right. What do you say we get into number 2? Ooh, this one even has a little, what do they call it? A tranchette? What do you call the Ouija thing? A tranchette?
I don't fucking know. Should I look it up?
Wrong. Yes, please. Fact check.
The little triangle thing with the eyeglass? Is that what you mean?
A planchette. A planchette. That's
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So, Ouija triangle.
Yep.
Name.
I'm pretty sure it's a planchette.
Yep. You are correct. It is a planchette.
That ain't right.
It's usually made of wood or plastic and features a small magnifying lens or a pointed tip used to glide over the letters and spell out messages. The word planchette comes from French, which translates to little plank, originally used in 19th century spiritualism for automatic writing. Modern versions usually include felt-tip legs or casters that allow it to slide smoothly across the board surface.
Wow. I have a Ouija board.
We should use it.
Yeah.
I've never used one.
I do a very specific thing, because I'm witchy. I do a very specific thing, and I call the corners, and I enclose us so nothing can get out.
Okay, well, make sure it's in your apartment, because I've never used one, and I think it's cool, but I don't want to be followed for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So, let's do it. We should do it.
I'm down, yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited for dumb things. Like, we were so excited in Costco today to find zero sugar fucking ginger ale for you.
I know, we pretty much we were like, yes!
We scared several old people.
Yeah.
Like, we probably could have given them heart attacks and put them in an early grave with our excitement over zero sugar fucking ginger ale.
One guy looks at Hannah and goes, well, I like the enthusiasm.
The next couple was like, calm down, you're too excited.
Fuck you.
Eat shit.
I got a cough, I'm so sorry. Hannah paused it just in time. She's like, super girl.
Fucking amazing.
Okay, this next one comes from r/Ouija, which literally just means yes, yes. From 3 days ago. And the person who posted it is terror_tarot. and it's just called Ouija Experience. I saw another user mention their Ouija board experience, and it inspired me to share my own. So there was a little background to this story, and it starts with my best friend. For the sake of the story, we will call my best friend Joan. My best friend's room was in the basement of her mother's house, so that's where we spent most of our time when I would go over to her house. The minute you would descend the stairs to the basement, your blood would run cold and chills would run down your spine, and you'd feel like you were being watched the very moment you'd take a step.
Well, I mean, basements are generally cold and dank, so that's pretty normal.
Yeah. But somebody watching you? I don't know.
Well, I think that's a personal thing, but yeah, as soon as you descend, it's a completely different level of humidity, of air.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
I'm just being the devil's advocate here and proving that it's not spirits.
Yeah.
Trying to be the other side of the fence.
The scientific side, sort of.
The logical side, if you will.
Logic.
I'm letting you be the spirits and me being the logic.
Yes. Where the fuck was I now? Okay. To this day, refuse to go into that basement alone. Joan, my best friend for all intents and purposes, started to tell me stories of how at the foot of her bed there would be a tall, shadowy figure. So tall, his head went through the ceiling. She would sometimes wake up pulled halfway off the foot of her bed, like something had yanked her. This is The Conjuring.
That reminds me of The Conjuring, combined. Not just The Conjuring, also...
The Exorcist?
No, The Haunting of Hill House. It's like the two combined.
That was so good. I really enjoyed
that show.
Yeah.
Fuck.
She had her room saged, doused in holy water, blessed, and she had pinned a rosary to the wall right behind where the figure stood, but none of it helped. Of course I believed her, but I wasn't sure if maybe there could be any other explanations until one night when I spent the night. We slept on couches in the main room of her basement. It was just like any other sleepover. We played video games, watched movies, the usual, and then fell asleep. I woke up around 3 or 4 a.m. to something standing over me.
Isn't in between 3 and 4 when the veil lifts and it's the weakest?
Yep.
What time? Like 3:07, 3:11, 3:17?
It's usually just 3. It's a mocking of the Trinity.
Okay.
Yeah. She woke up to find something standing over her. The best way I can describe it, super tall and shadowy. The next time I came over, I offered to bring my Ouija board. If something happened,
God,
cool. If not, oh well.
That sounds dumb.
I'd do it. So we set up in her basement, discussed the rules, and started. At first, not much happened, but we were patient. Then we started getting responses. The room felt cold. It felt like we were being watched from every angle. Then the planchette moved to hello. We looked at each other, suspicious of each other's possible interference, but you could tell neither of us had anything to do with it. We asked its age. It said 4 or 5. Ooh.
A child? Oh, child spirits are evil.
They're the craziest.
Yep.
They're the scariest. We asked if it was a boy or girl.
Have you met Reagan?
It was a boy. At this time, we both asked the other if they were moving the planchette. We both said no. Joan had genuine concern in her eyes, but I don't know. I wasn't moving it. Next, we asked its name. Ziggy, Z-I-G-I, is what it told us. We asked how it died. It said, fire. We tried to make some small talk. Favorite color? Favorite food? But it wanted nothing to do with that. It spelled a lot of things incorrectly and finally stopped responding altogether. We said thank you and goodbye, and my friend blessed her basement again. And to this day, she is so freaked out, she won't touch a Ouija board ever again. After some further research, it said that the letter Z, or Z for you Americans, no, Z for you Americans, Z for us Canadians, and children's personas, along with misspelled words, are common patterns when speaking to demons, which freaked us out enough. But we got to talking with someone who was also very into the paranormal, and she reminded us of something that completely went over our heads. Spirits can lie too. Whatever we talked to that day likely wasn't telling the truth, and there was probably never, ever a little boy named Ziggy.
Did they look it up though? History of the house, previous fires, if
I
there
think
was any house fires?
I don't
you know
think
what I'm
so.
saying?
Doesn't say anything there. We might get it in the comments, maybe.
Hopefully.
There are no comments. Never mind.
None? How? None.
3 days ago.
Oh, it's relatively new.
Yeah,
That's
no
why.
comments.
But I mean, some of the ones mine were pretty toxic and intense. Hard not to comment.
So
no comments.
I would do what you said. I would try to go back in the house's history and see if there was anything there. Or nearby. Was there ever a kid? Zigi to me sounds like Northern Europe.
Ziggy to me, when I think of a guy named Ziggy, it was only a nickname. It wasn't his actual name, but it was Ziggy.
The firefighter, right?
No, just a friend of my brother's, a friend of Chris's. He worked with him
here or
in the town we lived in.
Yeah.
If
it's the same one, he's a firefighter now.
He is?
Yeah. If it's the same one, yeah.
Well, my ex, the one who aggressively liked to cheat on me with Mary.
Yeah.
It's her husband, I think.
Yep.
If they're still married.
I'm pretty sure they're still together.
I'm sure that I've been told they had a lot of marital problems.
Probably.
So.
Once a cheater, always a cheater. So they say. Anyway, I would have went back and seen what I could find about the house or surrounding area, the land.
Was there a fire in that house? Was there a fire in a house nearby? Was there any children that lived in that house? Any families?
Yeah.
Who knows? Weird.
It's interesting. Ouija boards are quite interesting to me. But when you think about it, they're like made by Mattel or something like that. So they are technically a toy.
Yeah, but not if you find like a handed down fucking homemade one in a fucking crypt in the basement of some fucking estate sale, bro.
Burn it.
You don't touch that.
No, don't burn
shit.
it. Just seal it up.
You lock it in a box.
You seal up the house and you move.
You bring it to the fucking, the Warrens Museum and fucking leave it there.
Yeah. Is that still a thing? Their museum? Because I know they're both Kaputski. But I don't know. Maybe the daughter's looking after it now?
Let me see. We're going to be moving onward and upward, so I'm sure we need to fill air.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's check out the Warrens. I'm sure it actually closed a few years ago.
It may have. Did they have it open? They had it open to the public, too,
yeah,
right?
There were tours.
Yeah.
You could do tours, but I don't know if it's
cool.
still open. I really want to go. The Warrens Occult Museum, founded by Ed and Lorraine Warren, housed over 750 cursed and demonic artifacts, including the infamous Annabelle doll. I would love to see that thing.
Me too.
Formerly located in Monroe, Connecticut, the collection transitioned under new guardianship and is currently operating out of the original Warren residence.
Wow.
So, 1952 it was established.
Wow.
Alongside the New England Society for Psychic Research.
Wow.
So it says did I say so more than once? Oops, sorry.
It's okay.
So. Current status and visits. Location, it says Monroe, Connecticut. I thought it was in England for some reason.
Really?
I really did. I don't know why I thought it was in the UK.
I know why you thought that. Because the second one they went to England. But you probably had it in your head that they were British.
So Access says the museum is closed to the public for walk-ins due to long-standing zoning issues. However, select guests and paranormal enthusiasts can book exclusive access or overnight stays.
Oh, we're going
through private property ownership events.
I want to be haunted.
Me too. Official guardianship says the property and artifacts are currently under the stewardship of creator Elton Castee and comedian Matt Rife.
Matt Rife?
He's amazing.
He's a paranormal dude?
Yeah. He's got guardianship. For a closer look at actual artifacts and the layout of the ground and haunted passageway into the museum, there's a Warren Occult Museum exploring YouTube video. Would you like to know more about specific cases or book a paranormal tour or stay?
Oh, good Lord.
Yes.
I have to get my thing.
Passport. You better get it.
Yeah.
We're going. I'm going to find a way. I'm going to find tickets. I'm going to find a way and we're going. Anyways, we need to stop getting distracted. Is that the end of this one?
No, where was I? I wasn't anywhere.
No, because there was no comments, remember? So we were at the end.
Yeah.
And we were kind of bantering, I think.
Okay, so my terrifying Ouija experience. Hi, all. This is a bit of a lengthy one, but as it happened today and is still fresh in my mind, I need to scribble it down.
Is it number 3?
It's from 6 years ago. Yeah.
Well, I didn't get a title.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is from r/Ouija 6 years ago. Casabella. And it's just simply called My Terrifying Ouija Experience.
Okay.
My friend/colleague and I are heavily into the paranormal. Always have been. And I think we always will be. We've been on ghost hunting tours. We watch the same sort of terrifying ghost encounters on YouTube. And we're just generally intrigued with the other realm. We even bring a K2 into work to just sit on the side and see if it flashes up.
What's a K2?
I don't know. You look that up and I'll keep reading.
Okay.
Which it does sometimes. This sort of thing doesn't worry or scare us. The more we've delved into it, my friend, who I'll name Claire.
Is it just the letter K and a 2?
Yep, like the mountain in the Himalayas. Claire has felt some psychic connections. For an example, we've called out to the spirit world and asked for taps / to light up the K2 in response, and Claire will suddenly have a pain somewhere in her body in which she'll ask if they had that pain / problem in real life, and the spirit will respond yes by tapping or flashing the K2. Go ahead, Ham.
In paranormal and occult circles, a K2 or K-11 refers to a popular electronic device used by ghost hunters and spirit mediums to detect unseen entities. A K2 is a specific brand of electromagnetic field EMF meter.
Okay.
EFM. Originally designed as a safety tool for electricians and engineers to detect hidden power lines or faulty wiring, it was adopted by the paranormal community in the 1990s.
Right. I know what an EMF is.
So yeah. It could actually be detecting power lines, not ghosts. Just saying.
She'll also have random names pop in her head, or a song, etc., which have all been confirmed by the spirit as being connected. She often feels different energy levels, and whether they're good or bad, this is all relevant later. So this brings me to the Ouija. We've always said we'd never do a Ouija board due to the horror stories, but we'd done our first ever Ouija board experience not too long ago on a ghost hunting tour, with mediums giving us protection. And it all felt very safe. Nothing crazy happened, and it was hard to tell if it was actually moving or if it was someone from the group moving it. Alas, it didn't satisfy, but it did intrigue us, and we wanted to try it again, which brings me to today. We made a board and used it at work together. Where do you work? Where there was just us two in. But firstly, I just want to say that we've done all the possible learning available on the internet.
Are you a government
about
worker?
The board.
Because it sounds like you don't work.
Yeah.
You work for the government, perhaps?
Yeah, maybe. So they've done all the research and learning and all that. From what you should / shouldn't do, prayers of protection, and most importantly, what you do if you come into contact with Zozo.
What's a Zozo?
Zozo
How do you
is
spell it?
Z-O-Z-O.
Should I
know
look
about
it up?
Zozo. Zozo is a demon that comes to a lot of people, and he sticks around.
How do you know?
How do I know?
Yeah.
Reading stuff, watching stuff.
Zozo demon.
Yeah, okay, read about it here.
Also known as the Ouija board demon,
Mm-hmm.
is a modern internet urban legend and paranormal entity. Said to be summoned during a Ouija board or seance sessions, the spirit aggressively spells out Zozo over and over, sometimes violently darting the planchette across the board. The legend went viral in 2009 when paranormal investigator named Darren Evans detailed his terrifying experience with an entity he called Zozo. He claimed the entity masqueraded as a lost soul before turning malicious, a story that was later featured on shows like Travel Channel's Ghost Adventures.
Sure was.
Interesting.
I like
the entity is infamous for its manipulative behavior, often deceiving users, mimicking loved ones, and spelling Zozo repetitively. Skeptics, however, note that the name likely originated as a creepypasta, which, with repetitive movements on the board often explained by idiometer effect, unconscious muscle movements. For those interested in Ouija board lore, the rules associated with avoiding Zozo include never play alone, never play in places with a dark or tragic history, and never ask an entity to prove its name or origin.
Okay, good to know. Claire said she began to feel, So we lit some candles on a table, drew a board on some paper, and used a small glass as a planchette. We voiced our protection prayers before starting and then began. I opened the board by saying we were only there to talk to anyone of love and light, and they could use the energy from the candles and our fingers to help move the glass if they needed. They were very respectful throughout, and we were quite patient, chatting amongst ourselves, which paid off. The glass began to move, slowly. Claire asked if someone had suffered with their lungs, as she got a feeling that they did, and the glass moved to yes. We made some small talk, and then all of a sudden it just stopped moving for ages. We agreed that the spirit had left, so we rewarmed the board by circling the glass 3 times. We had a lot of passers-by, nothing really much to report. One asked if Claire had a dog, as she had some dog hair on her jumper. A jumper is a sweater.
What?
This is obviously from England.
That's dumb.
And she does own a dog. And another told us to be careful. We thanked each spirit for communicating with us when they decided to leave. This marks the end of the pleasant connections. Bum, bum, bum. Claire said she began to feel like the dark was closing in on us and the lights were dimming. I couldn't see this. And she all of a sudden felt very angry, as if we were being watched. We carefully asked who it was and if they wished to communicate. The glass moved to no. We thanked the spirit and said we were moving the glass to goodbye to close the board. And I kid you not, we could not move that glass at all. It stopped in its tracks, and we could feel a heavy force keeping it in place. We both tried moving this glass to no avail. I spoke out and said we will be moving this glass to goodbye, and they cannot stop us. And the heavy feeling lifted, and we were able to say goodbye. We closed the board down, I said a closing prayer, and we sat for a while discussing what had happened. After a while, Claire said she felt better, and we decided to give it another go. This was a huge mistake. We reopened the board with our prayers, and in the same manner as before. Then we had what appeared to be my grandma come through the board. She spelt her name and age, and then started spelling out something else. Whilst this was happening, Claire said, I get the feeling she wants me to tell you you're amazing. And it moved to yes. Claire then said, and are you telling me to tell her you're happy and well? And again, the glass moved to yes. I, of course, burst into tears. I was extremely close with my grandma, and I haven't had any contact with my mum, who's still alive, and my grandma's daughter for around 12 years. So, like, mom and grandma's daughter, you know? For around 12 years. That's a whole other long arse story, but I've spoke about it recently with Claire, which is why it's relevant. The board began to spell out my mom's name, which is Sonia, Sonja. However, the board incorrectly spelled the name and spelt it Sonia.
What about a J?
My tears immediately...
No, a Y. Sonia is a Y? Sorry.
My tears immediately stopped flowing, and I couldn't help but say, this isn't my grandma. We're being fooled, isn't that right? And the glass moved to yes. I then asked if they knew they'd made the spelling mistake, and it moved to no. Claire then reveals that she heard a laugh in her head, like a tricked you kind of thing. The mood and atmosphere then very much changed. We asked who it was, and it began to spell Zozo. We didn't let it finish spelling it out, and we quickly said our goodbyes and forced it to no. Closed it down as before and said our closing prayer. We had a chat about it and came to the conclusion it was using Claire's energy and abilities, and so we decided that if we reopen it one last time, Claire would close off, not say anything, and not let it feed off of her. And so we did reopen the board again with the opening prayer, of course.
Why?
I wouldn't have done that.
Why are you still doing it? Like, are you fucking retarded? I wouldn't have
done
after the first time.
No. We
Dumb.
quickly realized we were back in connection with Zozo. It kept spelling Claire's name, to which I firmly told him he cannot communicate with Claire and he cannot use her energy, that we will not allow it. He spelled out, please, to which I firmly said, no. I demanded he left the board and let a spirit of light and love enter to talk with us. But he wouldn't budge. He spelt out her energy and I want. But I just kept being calm but firm. He then proceeded to spell out one of Claire's deceased relatives' names to spark a reaction. And fortunately, she didn't. He kept trying to move the glass off the table, which we didn't allow. He spelled out, fuck you, to me, but was appearing weaker in movement. We finally decided to end the session for the last time today. Once we ended it, Claire heard a well done in her head, which helped us believe we did everything correctly, albeit scary. However,
I don't know.
It doesn't end there.
You did it. That's why I said today. You probably fucking did it again, you dumbass. And you're doing it at your work? What, are you gonna fucking get everybody else getting all ghosty? Like, that's rude.
You want to get possessed? Because that's how you get possessed.
That's Pizzatsky right there for the whole fucking building. Like, no, hard pass.
Upon returning home this evening, my boyfriend had popped out and I was alone. I had Fresh Prince of Bel-Air on TV playing through Netflix.
Wow.
Whilst I did some chores. But the channel screen changed to another, which was a cartoon of a father and daughter. The daughter said, "We're not there yet, Dad." And the father responded, "Oh, but I don't live forever." The clip kept looping and looping, just playing those two sentences one after the other. I immediately turned it off. A huge fear of mine is losing my dad. He's fit as a fiddle, but is in his 70s. And it's just something I've always worried about. I see that as a warning or a sign. I told Claire about it and she thinks it's just a coincidence, but I'm not so sure. Now I'm worried. Anyway, thanks for sticking this out. I'd love to hear your thoughts on all of it.
Oh, I hope there's fucking comments, because I'm going to tell you you're a fucking idiot. Can you respond and say, why did you use it more than once? ?
Yeah.
Toxis
I don't know
Pod,
if I can because it's 6 years ago.
Toxis Pod wants to know why you're dumb.
Yeah. Dutch Challenger,
Wow.
a moderator
Ooh.
from 6 years ago, says, I think you accidentally didn't close the board right. With that, the spirits can use the board as a gateway to connect to your soul. I have this too, but the spirits are friendly. Zozo might now know where you are at all times. For this exact reason, I always close 2 times to make sure the spirits are away. If you want more advice, please comment. I'd be happy to give you more advice.
But like Jimmy 2 times, if you close twice, does it reverse the first close?
Casabella replies, hello, thank you for your comment. I definitely would like some more advice. I'm freaking myself out now. I won't ever be using a board again, but how do I protect myself now? Dutch Challenger responds, I've never done this before, but you need to have holy water. Zozo is a malevolent spirit. She can't withstand holy water. But whatever you do, never throw it on yourself. Yeah, only on stuff around your house/apartment. When you do this, look out for electrical cables. Well, duh, it's water. Spoony31 says, this. If the board starts spelling Zozo or figure 8s, say goodbye right away. Zo is a poltergeist, which will make you make bad decisions for eternity. I learned it the hard way. Oof. Wow.
Is there more?
Lottery Scam says Zozo is the name of the demon of the board. Zozo is the name of the demon of the board. Ever hears of Led Zeppelin?
What?
What?
Is that English?
Well, also, do not let that loop thing get to you. It's searching you for a weakness. Clearly, there's something going on, dude. You better seek some blessing. Maybe Zozo is threatening you.
I'm looking it up. Oh, Zoso, Z-O-S-O, is a stylized sigil created by Jimmy Page for Led Zeppelin's untitled 4th album.
Yeah.
So maybe he's... Symbol breakdown, the Z is a variation of the ancient Capricorn glyph, while Oso represents Saturn and its rings.
Defiant Marzipan says, just read this.
I love the name.
This community invited me today. Can you give an update? Did you get rid of the big Z? The big Z. That's it for that one, man. That's crazy. Crazy. So all of our listeners, if you learn anything from this, maybe don't use a fucking Ouija board.
Do you have more?
I have one more.
Ooh, I was like, is that it? No, that can't be it. I'm writing on the top. I'm the Unabomber. Here we go. Because I ran out of room, I wrote too much.
Let's see here.
We should post, if you could get the Patreon thing working, because I wasted a full day of my life on it and I don't care and I'll light it on fire. I'm more of the opinion we use an OnlyFans. Because it's for creators, it doesn't just have to be porn. Mm-hmm. That we should post my writing.
I think so too. We should put some pictures.
It's fucking crazy.
Put mine beside yours, and yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like they should see what we do. I really hope we get people writing in. I really hope we can engage more because it's so much fun.
Okay, this is from r/sleepy.
r/sleepy.
r/ask Reddit from 12 years ago. It's from Tyrannolard. Okay.
So is this a really fat dinosaur? Is it an obese dinosaur?
It could be Tyrannolard.
Title?
Reddit users who have used a Ouija board. What was your experience? So we're going to see. Heart on my sleeve says, I grew up always being told to never mess with a Ouija board. So, of course, I was always curious about them. When I was in high school, a friend of mine asked if I wanted to try hers with her. This friend lived on an old farm, and we set up the board in the basement of her 100-year-old house. There's your first problem.
That already sounds like a bad fucking idea. Yep. It's an old house on what?
Shit has gone down there.
What was the property like?
An old farm.
An old, 100-year-old farm. There gotta be dead people there.
Yeah. We started asking questions, and a boy started talking to us. At first, we were asking silly questions, and he was answering in a similar fashion. He told us that he had died on the farm generations ago while working as a farmhand, something that was very possible. After talking for a while, we ended the session and went about our day. A few days later, we tried the board again. This time, the boy didn't seem to want to talk to my friend, only me. We thought this was strange, but kept asking our silly questions. The boy started getting mad at us. Up until this point, I was still pretty skeptical. I really thought that my friend was manipulating the whole thing to give me a good experience. As this boy was getting mad, her radio suddenly turned on in her room, and it was complete static, even though it was on a radio station that normally comes in clearly in her room. Then the smoke from the candle we had lit started rising up pretty far. We flipped out. We put away the board and never touched it again. I was convinced for weeks I was going to be haunted by the boy.
Where was this?
Got Chicks responds, I'm spooked. It doesn't say where it is.
It doesn't say who. It just says a teenager. I wonder if it's in the States or anything.
What do you mean by he got mad? What happened? All his responses were in all caps. Don't they just have all caps on there? I'm trying to remember what a Ouija board looks like.
Yeah, it's all capital letters. Oh, no, I think it has tiny letters, too. It has lowercase and caps.
Oh, that's just somebody fucking around. Heart on my sleeve responds, he wouldn't respond unless it was only my hands on the planchette.
No, it's only capital.
Yeah. And would say snide comments about my friend. I can't remember exact details as this was years ago. I just remember having a really bad feeling when he was speaking to us. That's fucking crazy. Scarlet Orthodontist tells a story here. Played once in college. I forget exactly how many of us there were, but we had a good mix of girls and guys to gain a proper balance of energy. We go through the motions and summon someone named Hesh from Sopranos. Guy died naturally according to the board, and we tested his authenticity. What are our birthdays, favorite colors, etc.? But we're asking easy questions about the players, so we decide to ask what color underwear is Daisy wearing. She's in the room, just observing, just watching in horror as we slide across. Green, with 3 E's.
Hash is a character from Call of Duty Ghosts who dies.
She screams, nopes out of the room, and we immediately shut down the game. we'd look at each other and freak at ourselves as no one was touching the game piece. We would be checking all game to ensure no one actually pushed the marker. And I know for sure I wasn't, especially when we were using the spirit with my personal questions. Never played again since. I refuse to. Dumb ghost can't even spell, yo.
Yeah. And is it Hash from Sopranos or Hash from Call of Duty?
Yeah, we got to know.
We're kind of wondering.
This is the last one I'm going to read here. Perpendicular.
What?
Perpendicular says, Dad brought up a bad spirit on the Ouija board. This happened with my dad and his friends. They recount this every time they meet. Dad was in second year of college when one guy said he did this Ouija stuff. So Dad, being the daring badass he was, went all, yeah, I'd like to see this. So definitely not a believer at the time.
But not a believer?
Not a believer or a believer. So he and two or three of his buddies went to the guy's room. The guy cleans the room, prays, burns incense sticks, etc. Apparently you should always do this in a clean surrounding so as to invoke good energy and hence a good spirit. Well, yeah, even when doing witchy things and stuff like that, you're supposed to be clean.
Like, what kind of clean are we talking about? Like HIV clean or like had a shower?
Had a shower clean. I don't think the spirits care if you're fucking dying of AIDS or something. They're like, see you soon.
You're ours next.
Yeah.
Can't wait to meet you.
This became a regular affair with a lot of anecdotal experiences, which I'll tell you guys if you're interested. Dad left his undergraduate halfway and joined the defense services and went away for training. One vacation he came back and was hanging out with the same old school buddies. They had heard about his Ouija escapades and wanted to try this shit out. Dad agrees, and these guys go to their old school. They were crazy. Schools look bloody haunted when they're empty. They sit in this classroom, and little kids study there, so there's a lot of filth, broken furniture, and the works. Also, keep in mind, they're all mildly drunk. These guys sit down, take the Ouija board out, and work it. They get a response immediately. They ask him confirmatory questions. Questions that have pretty standard answers, like which side does the sun set, bad ghosts, never answer correctly, and are usually nonsensical. This particular one said cow, IIRC, to that question. And Dad realizes it's a bad ghost. Fuck. So my dad and his friends constantly ask the spirit to leave, and the spirit, in return, constantly refuses to do so. Now, they couldn't leave till the ghost left, or else the ghost would be stuck on Earth and would, I think that's supposed to say probably, haunt them. It says ORIBABLY, so I'm thinking probably.
What is IIRC? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Like, that's what I'm wondering since you said it.
This went on till about 3 a.m. when the bad spirit finally left. Also, Dad swore never to go near a Ouija board ever again. Next day, they found out an old guy had died a painful death nearby. So there's that.
Should we do it in your apartment building? Like, didn't you have a drug dealer die next door?
Yeah.
I feel like we'll end up dealing with your shitty old drug dealer neighbor if we do that.
Well, he was always just fucking stoned and laying about, so what bad could he do?
Wasn't he abusive to the broad that he was...
Yeah, and he had a gun.
Yeah.
Chased the guy down the stairs with a gun one time. And when he was busted the first time, they brought out fucking like 6 guns.
Like the
one
first,
of them a sawed-off shotgun.
Funny that you're saying the first time because it's happened more than once.
Yeah, it was like 4 times he got busted.
And keep in mind, the town that she lives in, that I formerly lived in, only has like just shy of 14,000 people, where the place that I moved to has just shy of 40,000 people.
Yeah. But okay. So somebody says, can we hear some of those anecdotal stories? Piece of advice, don't do it. Here is my story. When me and my friends were... Oh, no, this...
So then we shouldn't do it?
This is a different person. Oh, I'm totally doing it. When me and my friends were young, 15 or so, we saw a local show featuring how Ouija boards work and experiences of people who use them. Us being skeptical morons made our own Ouija board and decided to try it out once the sun sets. Fast forward to 11 p.m. or so the same day. We gathered at my friend's house and tried asking questions. At first, we were just goofing off, joking around, spelling out dicks, boobs, poop, and other nonsensical things. After 15 minutes of joking around, one of my friends went full on serious mode and asked, IRCC? I don't know what that is.
I looked it up and I can't find anything.
IRCC, the board, what is the name of the spirit? In real... I don't know. The coin started to spell out Jack. Nobody was pulling pranks this time. The thing was really fucking moving. Everybody was starting to be scared shitless, and we kept asking it questions until 3 a.m. Then it started to go hostile, spelling out words like kill, murder, death, and other similar things. Everyone freaked out and stopped, then decided to burn our handmade Ouija board. Ooh, and we did. It didn't stop there. When we were trying to burn the thing, a random gust of air would appear out of nowhere to weaken the fire or snuff it out. Funny part was, we're indoors trying to burn it. In the fireplace. Then somehow the wind stopped. It took forever for the cardboard to burn. No idea why, but the cardboard refused to burn until we decided to add more things to burn with it, until the board finally burnt to pieces. And after getting reduced to ashes, the thing was still persistent. The mystery wind came back, blowing the ashes and bits and pieces of the board out of the fireplace.
Trying to light the place on fire. I can't find anything to do with IRCC.
We tried to sweep it out of the house, but it kept getting blown back. We kept sweeping and sweeping until it stopped going back. It was around 6 a.m. in the morning. I hate when people do that. 6 a.m. means morning. You don't have to say in the morning. When everything settled. Never messing with that shit ever again.
It says here the IRCC Ouija board refers to a popular tongue-in-cheek internet joke. It satirizes the anxiety and unpredictability of dealing with the IRCC, which is Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada. Treating the agency's notoriously long wait times and cryptic application statuses like a spooky game of trying to contact the unknown. I don't feel like they're smart enough to know that, though. Yeah. Is that what's happening here?
Maybe, yeah.
The comparison relies on a few key overlaps between the two. Cryptic communication, just as spirits spell out vague answers on a Ouija board. Immigration applicants often feel they receive automated, ambiguous, and hard-to-interpret responses from the IRCC. The dread of the unknown both involve waiting with your fingers crossed in a state of anxiety, hoping for a favorable outcome regarding a major life event. And no clear answers. Applicants joke that both methods require an almost supernatural leap of faith, as you never know exactly when or how the agency will process your documents. It's a coping mechanism. It says. But I can't find anything else on the two being linked. Nothing.
Were these spooky, though? Were they spooky like this?
Maybe?
Spooky.
Solid, maybe?
Spooky, I tells ya.
I like that noise. It's creepy.
Me too. It's
I'm
creepy.
kind of, should we use a Ouija board? Now I'm like, fuck me. I don't think it's a good idea for me, bro, because I was born on a Friday the 13th at 6:06 a.m. under a Leo full moon and a whiteout blizzard. No buses were running, no traffic, no nothing. Should I do that? I don't know.
Where's your sense of adventure? So a little demon gets attached to you. No big deal.
Just a demon. My life has already had enough really, really hard side quests.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I need any more.
I'll tell you right now, I don't believe in angels and demons. So I believe in good spirits and bad spirits.
Yeah, but still, Ouija boards focus on spirits.
Mm-hmm.
And if your dead neighbor, how many other people died in that apartment?
Who the fuck
How
knows?
long is that apartment?
Oh, I do know an old lady died there a few years ago.
Was she awful?
On the first floor. No,
was she a Karen?
She was a lovely woman.
Oh, okay.
Lovely woman. The guy beside me too, he wasn't a bad guy.
Wasn't he abusing his
talk
girlfriend?
to? You know, hey man, how's it going? Have a good day kind of a thing.
Girlfriend?
But yeah, he was really abusive to his women. And he was a drug addict and a drug dealer and he had guns. So yeah, basically he was a bad guy. But I don't know. I'd like to try it. I have tried it before, but it was all
Let's do
just
it. Whatever. Fuck it.
silly shit. Maybe we'll fucking record it. And when we get our Patreon going, maybe we'll
Ooh, I never thought
put
of
it
that.
on there.
That's a good idea.
And if it comes to nothing, then it comes to nothing. But if it comes to something, then woo doggy.
And then if I'm permanently cursed, at least help me win the lottery while I'm scared for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Please?
Maybe it'll give us the upcoming lottery numbers. But they'll probably give them to us for like Maine. Not Canada.
Right? Because I did my lottery choosings based on the last 5 years of statistics of the most chosen numbers and then the most chosen combinations. I won $4 last night. I won $1,000 once.
Well, what do you know, guys? Sheldon Cooper just walked in.
Seriously, that's what I've done. You know who I am. Like, honestly. You know this is what I do.
That's funny. I had to
You're
say
not
it.
surprised.
No, I'm not. Nope. Not at all.
Perfect.
Your nickname now is Sheldon.
It has been.
Forever.
Since I picked that first spot on the couch like 20 years ago. And I never let anybody else sit in there and look at them like, get the fuck out of my spot.
Oh, boy.
Still. You ready to bring this home or what?
Yeah,
Staring
man.
at me like you're exhausted.
I'm
ready to eat.
My throat hurts for some reason.
Too much talking. You haven't done this much talking in ages.
That's true,
You
yeah.
haven't potted in ages.
Yeah, I haven't smoked any weed today either. I really want to smoke a joint.
Super.
Yeah.
Try a haul with it, because that'll help with the throat cough. I told you. You never listen. This is not pod conversation.
Yeah. Okay, sorry
wrap
guys.
it.
We feel like we're all friends here, so
Do
we
we
feel
wanna
like we
wrap
can
this?
just fucking talk to you guys.
Do you want me to put some pretty paper on this and put a ribbon on it or what?
Do it up.
Wrap it?
Do
All
it
right.
up. Do it.
Let's do it. Thanks for tuning in today. We explored the juvenile Jumanji,
Ooh-ha-ha-ha.
the haunting of Joan's basement,
Oh no.
the suspicious shadow grandma and the big Z, and the carnival of conjurings.
Oh, I
Because
love
there are
that.
If you enjoyed the show, please subscribe, follow, drop us a like, share us with your friends.
Do
Share
it.
us with your family. Or dare I say your Ouija coworkers.
Do
Because
it.
clearly they don't actually work.
Yeah.
Next week, we will be discussing, I believe it is a secret true crime. And I think
It's like the ultimate true crime.
there's like 2 or 3 parts, and I think we're doing double drops just because we were really,
we didn't drop
tied up.
last weekend and we felt so bad.
We were
for
really
it,
tied
frankly.
up with moving and travel and all sorts of things.
Looking
so
after
lots
me
of good
money.
things. Lots of good things will come up. So don't
All
miss
good
it.
things. All good things. What's that from? Oh, that's from Frozen.
Yep.
Yeah.
So don't miss it. And as always, we will see you then, baneful brethren.
And we love you in the spookiest way possible.
Gross.
Bye.